1, 2, 3, 4. I can't sing that song. I was going to sing, what is it? Anyway. Hello, welcome to the Froe Show. Hi, Joe.
Hey. What was that intro?
I think that's the best intro I've ever done.
I don't think this isn't the Patreon.
I know. No, it's great. Welcome to the Froe Show. This is episode 30. What's up?
Oh my goodness. How are you going, Frank?
I'm good.
You good?
I am on a bunch of medication.
Yep.
Because my back is broken.
That might be
In pain.
That explains the intro.
And look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a little foggy.
A little foggy.
A little foggy.
That's alright, because it's gonna be a good show.
It is.
I'm keen.
Now, before we start,
Yes.
I want to say quickly, because it's the first episode of the month that this is, I want to quickly thank the Patreon before we get into it. So thank you to everyone that supports us on Patreon. Specifically, thank you to West Full Stop, Ebony Hart, Alicia, and Chris Rossi for supporting the show. We appreciate you guys so much.
We need like party poppers every time.
Yeah, just,
every month.
yeah, that'd be cool.
You can do that in post, right?
Yeah, ready? 3, 2, 1. I'm not going to do that.
Oh. That would have been cool though.
But yeah, go check us out. You get the After Froe Show and a bunch of other stuff over there on the Patreon. So that's patreon.com/the Froe Show.
Yes.
All right, Joe.
So
Hit it. Take
Frank,
it away.
I'm gonna do something a little unorthodox today.
Unorthodox.
Yeah. It
Okay.
seems like this whole episode is a bit unorthodox.
Yeah, I think this is one of those episodes where either it's going to be really fun to listen to, or it's just we're just pooping it
Or
out.
we're just bringing back episode 1, baby.
Yeah, well, maybe like episode 6. I don't think I don't think it'll ever go as bad as episode 1.
No, hopefully
Anyway,
not. So, I've realized that a lot of people don't listen all the way to the end of our show.
Yes.
And that means that they might be missing out on something that I do every single week.
Yes.
Yes, a Foley fact.
Actually,
Right?
before you continue,
Yes.
on that note,
Mm-hmm.
I would really like to know, because a lot of people listen to podcasts to fall asleep, right?
True.
I wonder if there's people that listen to our podcast to fall asleep.
Yeah.
Surely, right?
I think I've heard of some people that have before.
Yeah. Like, at what point do you think they fall asleep?
That's actually a good question.
Because
It'd have to be when you're talking.
oh, okay, thank you.
No, that was a compliment. Your voice is just so soothing.
If you're currently lying in bed,
Well, they're asleep now.
wait,
What are you doing?
just keep talking.
Okay. Well, yeah, so I've seen a lot of people don't, well, not a lot, but some people don't listen all the way to the end. And something, for those who don't know, at the very end, what I do is a Foley fact.
Yeah.
And I play a sound, and then I tell you how I made it using Foley.
Yes.
So today I've brought not one, but 2 Foley facts.
Ooh.
One is a new one that I'm going to play at the beginning for those who don't normally
Yeah.
get to see the Foley fact. And the other one is for the end, which is building off what we did last week.
Yeah.
Yes. So what were you saying with this?
Before we get into this, it's such an exciting topic, and I would really hate for anyone to miss this. And I feel so sad and upset if any of our lovely listeners and viewers were asleep at this point. So I thought it only fair to just make sure that they're really paying attention. Are you awake yet? Excuse me. We have a show to do.
Oh, that's great.
All right, so now they're awake.
Yeah. Now they listen up, guys.
Now that you're fully conscious. All right, go ahead.
So, do you want to play the song? No, we can save the song for the end. So, if you want to hear the Foley fact song, and
My brain 100% just went, we have a song?
my goodness,
I made the song.
yeah, you did. Listen to the end for the other Foley fact. So, I'm gonna play this sound. I'm not gonna tell you what it's for or what it actually is.
All right.
I'm gonna let you guess what the Foley is, not what's making the Foley sound, but what it
the
is.
sound is for.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I hope this is the right one.
Oh, I really don't like it.
Okay, that didn't turn out anywhere near as good as I was hoping. That's like completely unprocessed.
Fire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's meant to be, crackling fire.
Right. So I was kind of stuck between fire or the clicky monsters from A Quiet Place.
Oh, that would have been good to use.
Yeah,
as
like
well. What do you think made it?
Hang on, let me listen again. I really don't like that sound. Okay. My bets. I have two.
Uh-huh.
I have two.
Okay.
Number one,
Yep.
a zipper.
Okay.
Number two, a plastic bottle.
It's neither.
Oh.
It is cracking pepper very slowly.
Oh.
Yeah. So the one that I use is like plastic and really cheap. But
Yeah.
if you get a nicer one that doesn't have that plasticky like rubbing sound,
Right.
it sounds a lot like crackling fire.
Huh.
Yeah.
That is cool.
That's fully fact.
You know what? Now you can sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, hold on.
Yep.
If you're planning on going to sleep currently, and you're listening to the audio version, don't. Switch over to the YouTube version.
Mm-hmm.
Go listen and watch the YouTube version because if you watch the YouTube version and you fall asleep, watch time still ticks up, you know?
That's
Like we'll
right.
still get the watch time for
Yeah.
it. So go to the YouTube version.
And it's just better anyway.
And it is better. Like it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And you can, actually help us reach more people by smashing the algorithm.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, Frank, we have some big news.
No, I'm kidding. I totally know. Yes, we do. We have some very exciting news. I really want to get the mail, but it has my address on it.
Surely we can do it without showing it.
I don't really want to risk it.
Okay,
Let's not do that.
I'll get you a piece of paper.
A piece of paper.
You can pretend that this is it.
Oh,
There you go.
hang on. Wait. You just you introduce it. Just talk. For
Okay, so last week after the show, we film on Thursdays, as a lot of you would know. And after the show, before we edited, we went onto the Googles and registered our company name. For those who have been living under a rock in terms of the Froe Show, we are building a production company under the name Froe Media. And last week, we officially registered the name Froe Media and us as a partnership. So, in the mail this week, we got our first ever letter that was assigned to the Froe Show, Froe Media, and it was super exciting because now it's like, oh, this is actually a thing now, and I'm really confused as to what Frank is doing.
hang on. Don't look. Don't look. This is important.
Was that all we did though? So register the name.
We got a business number.
Oh, ABN, yep. So we
Yep.
had a business number and the name's registered. So now we can legally work under that name. And today we are finalizing our bank account so that we can
Actually access the Patreon money.
yeah.
All right, Joe.
We
I'd
can
like
actually
to
access money as a partnership rather than just
Yeah.
individually.
Yeah. I would like to officially present you with our certificate of business registration.
Oh, really?
There you are.
Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Thank
You're
you.
very welcome.
Thank you. Oh, this is very official.
Yeah,
I like
it's
it.
incredibly official.
What's going on over here?
That's the Southern Cross.
Oh my god.
Do you want to show the camera?
That doesn't look anything like the Southern Cross.
It absolutely does look like the
This
Southern
star's
Cross.
meant to be like over here.
I made a cross out of stars. And
It's impressive.
hang on, wait.
Oh my goodness.
That way south.
Wait, inside. What? Right, okay. But yes, that's very exciting.
Yeah, so we're officially able to
Yes.
operate as a business and actually make money legally.
Yes.
Because right now all of our money has just sat in the Patreon account, just vibing.
Or just in our own savings accounts
Yeah,
from gigs.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's fun. But yeah, we can actually operate now as a business.
Yep.
Which means also there's going to be a rebrand coming soon.
Very soon.
Which we kind of need to address. We'll address it on social media and stuff as well. But there will be a rebrand happening with a lot of the social media and the podcast itself, like things like channel banners and images and that sort of thing are all going to change. We're getting a new logo, all that sort of thing. So over the next couple of months, you'll see a whole lot of changes. It will be for the better, I promise.
Yeah. So things are going to start running under the name Froe Media.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Froe Show will still be called the Froe Show.
Yeah.
But rather than like our social medias being called the Froe Show,
Yeah.
it'll be Froe Media.
Yeah. Exactly.
But still, you'll be able to see all that we're doing on there. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And that'll also go for, we're going to start making content outside of the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's also not production company stuff. So it'll also end up on the Froe channel.
Mm-hmm.
The Froe Show will live here, though.
Yeah.
So the podcast and all the clips will live right here. So if that's all you care about, that's fine. Just stay subscribed to this. Nothing will change here. Same thing with your podcast app of choice. Nothing will change. It'll still be the Froe Show. The branding might change a little bit. Like there will be a new cover image coming soon, that sort of thing. So
Is our curtain going to be yellow next week?
no.
We completely rebrand?
No.
Okay.
Those curtains were far too expensive and we haven't paid them off yet.
Yeah.
I think that's like $400 worth of curtains.
Really? I thought it was only like 150 or 300.
Maybe. How much were they each? I think they were 60, 120. It's like 300 something.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so super exciting.
Yes.
Super cool. I can't wait. I
keen.
want to take those photos today for our rebrand. And work on them today.
Let's do it.
Sick.
Great idea.
All right.
I love it.
That's our big news. Very exciting. We did promise a little while ago that we would keep people updated and keep talking about it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we're at the moment.
Very excited.
We needed to do all of that before we can actually start working for money and getting gigs and that sort of thing.
Working under the name.
Yeah, exactly. Because otherwise we would have to work under our individual names, and then that gets very complicated tax-wise. So it's easier to do it now rather than in like 2 years when we all have individual accounts and we don't know which money goes where, and it's just very confusing.
Yeah. No thanks.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So that's that. That's the
Very
good news. So be ready for a change in the social media and that sort of thing. That might even have happened before this episode comes out.
Yeah, there might be some changes.
Yeah, but we'll see, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Awesome.
You're next on the board,
I am.
bud.
I have a thing.
You have a thing. Is this to do with what you asked me this week?
Kind of.
Okay, kind of.
Actually, I'm going to explain that first. So I asked you this week if a particular camera shop in our somewhat local area.
Yeah. Yeah, well done. That was a good cover. Love it.
Well, it's not very close. Anyway, did what is it? If they developed film.
Yeah.
As in film from photography.
Yeah.
And the reason I asked that is because this week.
Last week in terms of the show.
Yeah. Alicia and I went out and we finished off that roll of film that was in that digital film camera.
Yes.
And what I found with that is it's super it's so easy. It's just point and shoot.
Yeah.
And you can make it manual. You just have to set the ISO in it and then set the aperture to auto, and it's just point and shoot. So easy. And I was going to bring it today because I've heard that if you have a decent one of those digital cameras, and you put a nice new lens on it, if it fits, you can get some really nice photos out of it. So I was going to see if any of your lenses fit it, but I forgot to bring it.
I don't think it would, because it's a Panasonic camera, isn't it?
No, it's a Pentax. So I don't know.
It definitely wouldn't fit.
No,
because I have all Canon glass.
I don't know what the difference is.
Different mounting points.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind then.
You could get an adapter though.
I could.
They're not that expensive. They're like $20.
I'll look into that.
Yeah.
So where was I going with this? Yeah, so I also found this week, and this is another film camera.
Yeah.
I've shown a lot of gear as of recent times. So I'm not just going to show the camera. The reason why What?
I saw a lens. Sorry, I got excited.
Yeah, the reason why I brought this today is actually because of the rig. It has a little rig, and it's super cool. I'm going to show you this lens just because you're super excited about that.
It is. So this is a 80 to 200 millimeter what is it? f4.5. It's got a nice construction. What mount is this?
So that's the camera, and it's actually a screw.
Whoa.
I'll do it on the close-up. So it screws off. So this is
That is a beautiful camera.
this is actually my Pop's camera. Wow. And actually something really cool with this lens, I was so confused because the aperture when you change it on here doesn't actually do anything. Like it doesn't open or close.
Right.
And so what you do is you set the aperture and then there's a little button here and you push it in and then that'll actually close it. It'll actually pull it to the point of this aperture setting.
New cameras have those as well, actually.
Yeah, and I think that's so you can focus, put it in focus when the light's like really bright coming through the lens.
Yeah.
And then you push your aperture in and take the photo. But this is fully working. Once I get that last film developed, I'm going to buy a film roll for this.
Just take one of mine.
Take one of yours.
Yeah.
I thought you didn't think you had any.
I have heaps.
Oh, well, I might do that.
Yeah.
And like, it's just, I'm going
Yeah,
to give
swap
you that and you have a play. But
This is a beautiful camera. Wow.
yeah. There's a little bit of like gross stuff on that lens, unfortunately.
Yeah. She's just a bit fungusy.
Yeah, so I don't know what's going to turn out like, but this one's a nice one.
Oh, wow. That's
This one's still in good
very
condition.
loose focus ring.
Yeah, so that's come off, but
does
you
it-
can still use it if you sort of put some pressure on it, pushing in, and then turn it around, it like clicks into a spot. And you keep
Oh, there we go. Got it.
you got it. Yeah, and then you keep pressure on it and it works. So it does work, but
Yeah, it's just a bit iffy.
so I'm going to also show you this front.
Oh, that's cute.
So this is a light meter.
Yeah. Oh, a very old one. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh. I like that film backing.
So anyone who doesn't know film, this is a little light meter because these guys didn't have any light meters
No.
at all. It's all analog. So what you do is you go and test the light on here. You'd set up your settings depending on your ISO film and how bright it is, depending on this little stick here. And then you'd set it up, and what it would do is it would tell you what shutter speed and what shutter speed with what aperture or
Yeah.
what f-stop will be exposed correctly.
Yeah.
Exposed well. So yeah,
Wow.
I'll give you that. You can have a go with that.
Hang on. I want to quick ASMR. Hang on.
It's so nice, eh?
It's a very satisfying click.
Yeah. So the main reason why I brought this is because I've never seen this before. But yeah, it has a little rig. So I'm gonna rig it up.
Oh,
and show
whoa.
you.
Oh, that's cool. So it's like it's got a side grip.
It has more.
Oh, it's like a full rig.
Well, by full, it has one more thing.
Right. And if you want to see what this stuff looks like, go to the YouTube channel.
Okay,
YouTube.
look away.
Just YouTube.
Look away.
Search for the Froe Show on YouTube, and you'll find us. The video version of the podcast is the superior version. So,
Here you go.
I don't know why you're not there. It's a little flash.
And so you'd plug that into. There's a little thing on the front of the camera, but
This is kind of cool. I like this. This is like, I'm ready to go to war.
yeah, I know it's so old.
Ah, see? Smile, see?
But yeah, I thought that was really cool. That
Hey, pretty lady, smile for the camera, pretty lady. I'm gonna put that away before I offend more people.
But yeah, so it has a little handle and a little flash.
That's very cool.
Very cool.
I like that a lot.
So
Cute.
might maybe check out the our socials for what I come up with, some photos with this guy.
I have film developing stuff here if you want to learn how to do it.
I would love to do that. I was thinking of maybe I should get into film photography because you're pretty darn good at this photography.
Yeah, I'm a digital boy.
And if I get good at this thing,
Yeah.
we'll be unstoppable.
I can also get away with my film photography. It's my developing that needs work. I'm too impatient for developing film.
I'm
I
a patient boy.
I just want it now.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That's really cool though. I like that.
Yeah.
I'll show you where all my chemicals and stuff are later because I literally have like jugs of development chemicals.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Super easy. It is easy. The issue comes there's two failing points that I found. One being loading the film into the canister because you have to do it in pitch black. So you have to do a couple practices before with like a dead roll of film.
Yeah.
And then you just have to go for it because the second it comes out of that tube, you have to get it into the chemicals because you can't put it back into the tube.
Right.
So it's really stressful.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the biggest failing point. There's literally one room in my house where you can do it where it's pitch black and that's it.
Right.
There's no other place in this house to do it.
Jeez.
So it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
And then it's literally like you're fumbling around in the dark trying to get it to plug in. And then it like flicks out and you drop shit and you're like, and then you can't find it. But no, it is fun.
That's
very
cool.
fun.
Actually,
Down there is some of the film that I have developed. I did screw it up because I was too what's the word? Too soft with my no, there'll be flat strips. It should be the back right. Yeah. It's okay if you can't find it. That's all right. Yeah, but I wasn't vigorous enough with mixing the chemicals over the film, so it's like very streaky and a bit like colors aren't super nice. But it is totally doable to do it yourself.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is keeping it at the same temperature.
Oh, do you have to?
Yeah, it's all temperature based.
Oh.
So you have to keep it within a degree of like 32 degrees or something like that, I think.
Oh, that's warm.
Yeah.
Right.
And if it's too low, it doesn't expose enough. It's too high, you get overexposed, that sort of thing. So it's very...
Wow.
Color is super finicky.
Yeah.
I have never exposed black and white film or developed black and white film. Apparently that's much easier.
Oh, okay. Than color.
Yeah. Apparently color chemicals are a bit frustrating to work with.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay.
Yeah. I just realized I don't think I explained that trip with the digital camera very well. When I finally bought batteries for it. Yeah. Ones that actually fitted because I thought it was a AA battery. Nope. And yeah, I was just like, why isn't this working? I tried like 3 different types of AA battery, but it was a CR2 or something, 3-volt batteries.
I have a pack of those over there.
Yeah. So that set me back like $30 for two batteries. And so once it finally worked, it had, I think, 13 or 14 photos already on the roll. Yeah. So yeah, that's nice. Why I went and was like, let's just finish this off. And then I handed it to the guy and I was like, so what is this? I was like, I don't know what is this? And he like explained it to me. It was super cool. And then I was just said, I have no idea what's on it. Just found this camera and he said it could be a little pink. But just because it's old.
Yeah. I got a little while ago in there's that Bronica, the big medium format one. The big medium. Actually, I'll grab it because it's a cool camera.
It is a really cool camera.
All right. So I have this Bronica, which is like a thick as medium format camera. I've talked about it on the show before in our Retro Tech episode, but that was a while ago.
That was like episode 3.
Yeah. But when I got this camera back, or when I found this camera in my attic...
I just want to play with it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Has it got film in it?
Yes, I think so.
Ooh.
When I found that in my attic, go ahead. It had it still had film in it, and I got it developed, and it ended up being like 15-year-old film from like the late 90s.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So
did it come out all right?
Yeah, it came out quite nicely, actually, surprisingly. Let me see how many I've taken 8 photos on here, and this is all black and white.
So cool.
This one. But it's really like difficult because it's inverted.
Oh.
Like just look into the viewfinder and try and aim at something. You'll see what I mean.
Oh, what? Oh, whoa.
Yeah. For some reason, it really messes with your head.
Why is that? Why? How does that even work?
I have no idea. I do not understand it whatsoever.
It's not inverted this way. It's inverted this.
Yeah, so when you turn right, it's very strange.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
That's not all right.
But yeah, so I got really old film developed from there, and they came out pretty nicely.
Yeah.
But I got them developed professionally because I was like, I don't want to screw up film that's been in here for 15 years.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But yeah, love a good film camera.
Yes.
I really need to get into it more, I think.
Mm.
We can take some later today. We can fill up a roll and we can develop it. you want.
Yes.
Because I have all the chemicals and stuff. It's totally doable.
Can I use my camera?
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to grab... Well, do you know what film it takes?
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to pass it to me so I can double check?
Wait,
Oh, you have film stock there?
I have this. This was in the bag.
Is it 35 millimeter?
I'm guessing.
It is. Yeah, you're good. Cool.
Yeah.
I have a bunch of 35 mil film right down there.
Maybe we
in
can
fact, it is also Kodak. Oh, that's Kodak Gold. They don't make that anymore. Kodak Gold.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure that's one of the ones.
I don't think it's 100 anymore though.
Ah,
I think it's 200.
They make. I have Kodak Ultra Max down there.
Is that 400?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we can load it on the Patreon or something.
Load what?
The film.
Oh, like
In the camera.
process.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, we can do that.
Let's do that.
Yeah, that'll be the Patreon show for today. We'll be loading some cameras with some film and hanging out.
Yeah.
That'll be fun. But yeah, I love film cameras.
I
Super
love
cool.
them
Definitely a bit of a lost art form, I think.
Yeah.
I think that's enough talking about film for now.
I think that is too.
Let's carry on. So, Aputure has just released a new product, which is very cool.
Yes.
It's called the B7C, which
Okay.
is not a super exciting name.
B7C.
But B7C.
Is it a camera?
It is not a camera. Aputure doesn't make cameras. It is a light. Aputure is a lighting company.
That's right.
Yeah. And they have made a new type of light that is essentially a smart light, like a LED bulb.
Right.
And it's designed to replace, like if you're shooting in a house or wherever, replace all the bulbs in the house with them. And then you have full color control over everything.
That is actually pretty cool.
It's super sick.
Yeah.
And they run off like battery parents. They have all the same things, all the same settings as the Aputure MC has. So like faulty bulb, cop car lights,
really
that sort
cool.
of thing. They're portable. They have an internal battery in them.
Wow.
So they last an hour and a bit on max brightness outside of a socket.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
That is really cool.
There's really not much more to say about it, but
It's just
I just wanted to mention it because I thought it was very cool.
That is very
They
cool,
released it
actually.
yesterday and it's already sold out.
whoa.
So that's fun.
Yeah, I suppose people would buy like a bunch as well.
Yeah. Well, if you're rigging out a house with them, it's like you need heaps.
At least like 20.
Yeah. But they are super cool.
That is really
I
that's
really like
really
them.
smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like anti-flicker. So like normal bulbs, when you shoot in higher frame rates, they start to flicker.
Right.
Because they refresh a bit slower than the camera's taking, like shooting.
Yeah.
But these are all anti-flicker bulbs. That's really cool.
That
I
is
really
very
like
cool.
it. But yeah, so I really kind of want some. I wouldn't know how to use them, but I want some.
You just want
Just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could put it in here and freak me out when I get here. I don't know. Please.
No. Anyway, segueing, moving along.
Moving on.
You want to talk about experiences?
So I last weekend was my first ever time being on like a big or bigger film set.
Yeah.
And by that I mean like I've done, I've produced podcasts and like interviews, so they're all small kind of indoor stuff. But this one was out in bumstuff nowhere, like an hour and a half away, and it was like just outback, nearly outback Australia. It was so cool. It was super like old. Everything was so dry. They found an old church out there and a windmill and did a lot of shooting around there. But yeah, first ever time being on an actual set.
Huh.
And it's very interesting. I didn't realize how much the audio people stood around. There's actually like not a lot for us to do out there.
Yeah, once you've rigged it up and you've hit record, it's like...
Well, particularly with this film, there's like 2 words in the entire film. A lot of it is Foley based, and it was so windy out there that we couldn't get a whole lot of Foley while we're out there. So you know, we just stood around a lot of the time. I was very surprised because, you know, the film guys are doing their shots. They're going through blocking with the actors. They're doing all this. And then we're like, yeah, we're ready. we hit record and then walk off and then just stand there while they do like 4 shots. And then,
wow, guys, you're doing great.
and
Very
then
proud of
go
you.
pick it up and it's like, oh, that's it. There was one really, really funny thing. So there's a shot in the sunset. They got this really old Toyota Corolla.
Yeah.
Like 84 model or something. And it's yellow. It's super, super cool. And it drove into frame and then she like, the car pulled up, she beeped the horn, like screamed, got out and then started reading a note. And we were like, oh, we need to get all these sounds with the car because, you know, that's going to be really hard to recreate later.
Yeah.
And we're not going to be able to, like the car was hired.
Yeah.
So we're not going to be able to just be like, oh, can we just come over your house and get some Foley
Yeah.
with this car? Or, you know, record it with my car. And it's just,
Yeah.
I'm trying to recreate a 84 car with a 2005 model car.
Yeah, exactly.
So what we did is we're in the middle of this paddock and there were a bunch of cows. We're actually in someone's yard. They was super chill out there. The director and producers had rocked up like a week earlier.
Yeah.
And they said, we really like your windmill. Can we film down there? And apparently they're like, yeah, sure. Like, please come along, do it.
We don't get many visitors.
Yeah. Well, they had a group camping in their yard as well.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah. It was
So they do
super-
get a lot of visitors.
Yeah, well, they must do. I don't know. But like, it's a big area. They
Yeah.
like out there. They have acres of room per
Yeah.
house. But yeah. And so yeah, there was cow poos on the ground. They weren't fresh, thankfully.
Yeah.
The ones where we were. And so we had this little handheld recorder, this H6, and we were like, we need to get this sound closer, and we can't record it from where the camera is because it's like 10 meters away at least.
Yeah.
And so what we did is we walked around in frame and we're like, where could we put this that'll be hidden? Found this giant cow poo and we put it just in front of it. And we were like, that'll work.
That'll do.
And there was so many things. It's quite funny because we put it down, we walked away and then we're like, oh, maybe we should do this. Maybe we should have done that. And like, maybe we shouldn't have done this, or this. And we'd put our phones underneath it to sit it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it would point further at like her face rather than just the ground.
Yeah.
And we were like, I hope my phone's on silent. And it's like, I hope it's not. I hope I don't get a text because you just get zzz halfway through. And like they started filming and we're just standing there, and it was me and another audio guy. We're just like, oh no, I hope this doesn't happen. It's like, if it vibrates, it's gonna move towards the poo as well. And we couldn't do anything. We couldn't, like, with the audio people, we couldn't be like, stop.
Guys, just hold on.
Cut.
Just cut this great take. I'm sorry.
Gotta.
The cow patty's not big enough. Sorry.
But yeah, that was fun little things you do as an audio person.
that does sound
You
fun.
gotta hide the recorder
Yeah.
in frame. And they also, when they were filming in the car, because it's an actual car.
Yeah.
And a lot of time when they film, for like Hollywood things, the car's like pulled apart, like there's
Yeah.
no back of it, or yeah. And so with this one, they had you know, the camera person sitting in the passenger seat, like hanging out the window with his camera.
What were they shooting on? Do you know?
I remember seeing it, but I don't remember what it was.
Okay.
I could find out.
Yeah, I'd like that.
I think I'll try to find out. It was it was a proper cinema camera. It was
Yeah.
nice.
I would bet
Um,
either a Canon C200
No, I don't think
or
it
a
was a Canon.
Sony FX9.
I don't think it was a Sony either.
Oh.
Yeah, it was something that I'd never seen before.
Was it like a little box?
No, it was about this long and this wide.
Huh. That's interesting.
I'll find out
Yeah.
because I don't
wonder what it
remember.
was. It could have been one
It's
of
like-
the. Oh, it could have been one of the Ursa Minis, the Black Magic ones.
No. Oh, maybe. No, I don't think it was Black Magic. Maybe it was.
Yeah. Did it have a handle on top?
Yeah, maybe. They didn't hold it by that. They either had it on a tripod, on a shoulder. That was pretty much it.
Right. I'd be interested to know what it was.
Yeah. Or they had it hanging. Like, it was pretty heavy.
Yeah.
I'll find out.
All right.
But, yeah. So, there was another time, and I didn't realize how many, like, film people it takes to make a film.
Yeah.
Like, you got whoever's holding the camera, and then there's someone doing the focusing normally, and then there's someone else spotting the person moving the camera, and then you got, in the car was someone watching the monitor. So there was someone shooting and someone watching a monitor, and then there was the director as well, talking to the actor to tell him what to do.
Yep.
And so there's 5 people crammed in the car, and then my mate who was doing audio, who was head of audio, was like, we were just standing there. I was like, you take it, just hit this button, and then just let it run.
Just let it do its thing.
It was just 5 people crammed in this tiny little car, and we was like, here you go.
Good luck.
So, yeah, really cool experience. Being on a film set for the first time.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds fun. Sounds like it was a good time.
It was very fun.
I'm keen to see the final product in a couple months.
I will show you. Actually, because we were out there, the person the person who we teed it up with was like, she was super involved. She was involved with like heaps of wildlife stuff out there and other lots of community stuff, and she was also involved with the cinema, little cinema there. And she was like, "Yeah, make sure you get us a copy of it. We'll screen it at the cinema."
Oh,
and we're just like, "Oh yeah,
yeah, cool,
yeah." So
that's sick.
That'd be awesome. So you might be able to come out and have a.
I would love to watch it.
Yeah,
yeah, we can do a Patreon viewing party.
We could.
That'd be fun.
That'd be awesome. But yeah,
that's cool. Yeah, that sounds fun. Now I want to make my short film.
I want to make your short film too.
Yeah. I've got the gear now. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I can do it.
Today,
no.
No, we need an actor.
We need an actor and preferably a little bit of crew.
Yeah. Well, we have one crew member. We have a producer.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. I want to get a wireless focus first.
Oh yeah.
So that I can get someone pulling focus. But
that's insane.
Other than that, I should be sweet.
Shouldn't you be able to do it all yourself?
I can, but I'd rather not.
Because then it's just like...
Because then I'm like...
It's like focus, and then it's...
Then it's focus. It's multiple things. It's focus. How does the shot look? Lighting. And am I not shaking the camera? It's too much to think about for my little brain.
Yeah.
I get confused.
Right. So you need someone to... Shot not doing that.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
You can hold the camera.
No.
Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, let's move on.
So the debate, first of 3 debates were yesterday for the US presidency. Now, I don't want to talk about politics. We're not going to talk about the politics of it. That's not what the show's about.
No.
I want to talk about the production of it, which was
I'm interested.
actually pretty interesting because of COVID, they're live streaming this event across globally.
Yeah.
And it was really, really cool to see. They had it set up as a 4-camera setup, sorry. They had one close-up on both Trump and Biden, and they had another close-up on Chris Warren, who was the moderator.
Yeah.
And then they had a wide behind Chris Warren that just showed the whole stage.
Oh, that's cool.
So that was really cool. One thing that really frustrated me, though, was that the way that the cameras were set up, Trump and Biden were both facing out of frame and not into the center of frame. Because it was like a split screen. So like it was like line down the middle, Trump on this side, Biden on this side.
Yeah.
And they're both looking out that way.
What?
Which was really strange.
That doesn't make any sense.
Such a weird choice to make. And I assume it was a space issue. Like they didn't have the space to put them crossways. So they put them
But
that way.
how do they debate when they're not looking at each other?
No. Biden and Trump were looking at each other. I think. I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. How would...
They just weren't looking in at each other.
In the frame.
Yeah.
So the cameras must have just been shooting at... Right.
Yeah.
So if Biden's on the right, Trump's on the left,
Yeah.
then they must have had them shooting like that.
Yes, exactly. They were looking out of frame. It was so weird.
Or like that.
Yeah.
But at whoever's closer.
Yes.
Where it would make sense to shoot across each other.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm saying. It was a
What?
very, very weird decision. And it was bugging me the entire time I was watching it.
That's very why would that be a problem? Where was the moderator? I haven't
middle.
seen it. In the like behind
So it was
them in the middle?
no. So it was there's the stage, and Trump was there, Biden was there, and then the moderator was like down the bottom middle.
Oh, that could have been the problem.
Oh, it might have crossed him.
Maybe where they had to the cameras,
right.
it could have crossed.
That would make sense.
Maybe his rig or something.
Yeah, but it was very frustrating. Sound was good though.
Yeah,
That was definitely a plus.
I mean, that's easy.
Yeah, no, they were just fixed in post anyway.
Yeah, it's live stream. You can't fix it in post. There is no post.
Oh, really? Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
And they both had one other thing that made me laugh.
Yeah.
It's just the little things that you have to pay attention to. But behind them, they had big like screens.
Yeah.
That showed a bunch of words, and I assume I'm like 90% sure it's the Declaration of Independence.
Right.
That they have like written out in fancy handwriting. It's white on like a blue background, and that's like their backdrop behind them as they're on the close-ups.
Yeah.
And at one point in the debate, the screens lined up, and it had PE on the left side, and it had E on the right side. So straight across the middle of the frame, it just said P. Just stupid stuff like that. But no, it was very well put together. One thing that I found really, really interesting.
Yeah.
It's 11:11. That's fun.
Oh.
Yeah. Make a wish, guys.
Make a wish.
One thing that I found really interesting was that there was a camera angle that they used once, right at the end, which was right in the back left of the auditorium, shooting down into it as like the goodbye shot. As they're like walking off stage and stuff, and like the audience disperses.
Yeah.
Very strange to have like. I mean, I get why they had it, but it was just one.
It's just one.
One shot.
If you're not gonna use it multiple times,
yeah,
it just looks out of place, doesn't it?
It did look very out of place.
That's
but, I mean,
weird.
it was alright. But no, it was good. It was.
I wonder what company did that. Like, was in charge of that.
I assume there's like a White House media team that would just do that.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, for sure, almost certainly.
Yeah. Okay.
But no, it was definitely really cool to see how they did that setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. Debate was a bit of a mess, but that's okay.
Let's not get into that.
But even from a directing standpoint, like not even politically,
It was still a mess.
it was a mess. Like everyone was talking over each other.
Right.
It was just wild. But yeah,
America,
definitely
man.
interesting. I'll show you after the show what it looked like, because it looked really nice actually, if I'm honest.
Except they were facing away from each other.
Except they were facing. Well, no, that's the thing. They were facing into each other on stage,
But
on the video they were facing out, and I don't even know how they did that.
they would have had to shoot like straight at them, and then flip them. Like cut one camera to the wrong side.
But it was on the right sides. It was so weird.
They were on the right sides.
Yeah, I'll show you the replay afterwards, and you try and figure it out, because I could not process it.
Huh?
Yeah.
Then was it taken from behind them?
No.
Like, so if they're there, we're the audience.
Yep.
Then was it like shot like that?
No.
No?
No. It was definitely shot like 45 degrees from the audience to them. I really don't understand how they did it. It makes no logical sense.
They must have inverted it.
Yeah. Oh. No, you know what? That's exactly what they did.
They inverted both of them.
It's just mirrored, because it's going through camera. The camera's just mirrored it in the close-up.
Right. And they didn't think to flip it
No, because
again?
it would be... Yeah, no, obviously not. Anyway, it was interesting.
They must have been under extreme time crunch or something.
I assume so, yeah, for sure.
Weird.
All right, you've got the next one. Segue.
What's the next one?
Meow.
Meow.
Sound and
time we got?
technique. We've got
I think I'm going to go...
We've got 10 more minutes.
I'm going to skip to the next one.
All right, go ahead.
So, this is another experience I had this week.
All right, hit it.
I don't know if you've done this before, but I had my first experience in a 4D cinema.
Oh, that's so cool.
Have you done it?
Yeah.
How cool is it?
What did you watch in a 4D cinema?
We went to Chermside, and some of my mates had not seen Tenet yet.
Ah.
So we went and saw Tenet in the 4D cinema.
I did not know Chermside had a 4D cinema.
Yeah.
Huh.
I just realized I said the name, and you
That's
said
fine.
it too.
We
Don't
don't
know.
live anywhere near there, so I don't really care that
is
much.
true. Some person trying to narrow it down.
Just going through it every time. They said Chermside. That means they must live within an hour and a half of the shopping centre, which means that they need to live in either this, or this place.
Which means they live in Brisbane, which we've already said.
Which you've already said. Exactly. Anyway.
Yeah. So that was super cool. I just thought it was amazing. It freaked me out when they did they do the experience in the beginning. So in the you know the ad for the 40X cinema where it's like the cinema chair sitting on the back of that motorbike?
No.
Well, they do this big ad of it, and it's like a cinema camera, a cinema chair, seminar chair, sort of going through different action scenes, and then the chair simulates you in it, and so it like goes through a boat, and then it sprays water at you, and then you go on a motorbike, and it sprays thing at you, and then it shakes you around, and like my mate had an open cup of like Solo in his chair. And it was so funny because just halfway through this like demo, you see him like trying to drink it because it's going everywhere. Oh, it was so good.
That's funny.
But yeah, I thought it was super cool. So you have seen a movie in 4D?
Yes.
What
I
did you
think
see?
the last...
Do you want to say?
I think it was the Shrek experience at like Disneyland or something.
Oh my word. Oh, so so it's not an actual movie,
No.
just an experience.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen a movie in a 4D cinema.
Okay. Right. Well, they are much more impressive than the 4D cinemas.
Yeah, but I don't get to hear Shrek go, donkey! And that's really all I'm there for.
Fair enough.
There was the grossest thing in that was it's like, you know, Shrek like screamed at the camera and then they like blasted water in your face and I was like no.
Did you do the one? Were you there with me in
Yes.
I've been twice
cool.
though. In sorry, I thought you knew where I was going to be.
I have no idea what you're talking
about. It was Disney in Florida.
Yeah.
And we did the Star Wars one.
Yes, I was there with you.
You were there with
that one.
How cool was that?
That was cool.
So
I like
we're in
that
a little
ride.
Star Wars space shuttle, and it just like it was like the 4D cinema
That was
on
cool.
steroids, but
Yeah.
yeah.
I really like that.
The best one I've done though was in actually I think you were there too. Universal, the Spider-Man one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was so sick.
That was awesome.
That was not really a 4D experience.
No,
That was a roller coaster thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't
like
like
well,
it wasn't big. It was all flat, wasn't it?
What do they call them? Like a story coaster? So I'm going to call it
Yeah.
a story coaster.
I think it was flat.
Yeah.
And it was mixed with like holograms and
It was really cool.
it was very cool. Like stuff splashing
Yeah.
at you and fire and
Who knows? Maybe we'll get to go again in like 20 years.
yeah. I mean, at this rate, I don't really want to go back to the US.
No. I mean, yeah, fair. Yep. All right, let's do your Foley fact.
Yeah, right.
Nope,
That's not what.
so that was the wrong one. That was the end of the episode song.
No.
We're not up to that yet.
No.
Joe's got a Foley fact.
Oh, actually, sorry. Before we do that, sorry. Also, we're aware we skipped news this week. There wasn't a lot going on this week, so we're saving some of the stuff for next week to make next week's a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Joe's got a Foley fact. Foley fact. Joe's got a Foley fact. Yeah.
all right, Joe, what have you got for me?
Why? I've got. It's like that useless mic on TV shows. You know, like
Yeah.
like what's his name? The guy who has that massive thing in New York. Super
Billy
famous.
Eichner?
No, more
Oh.
famous. He has that show,
Eric Andre.
Tonight Show.
Conan?
No,
Jimmy Fallon.
that's it.
Right.
And he has a microphone sitting on stage,
Yeah.
but he also has a lapel mic. Like,
Yeah.
it's useless.
It's just for stage
Yeah,
decoration.
back in the day they used them, but
Yeah.
yeah. Okay, Foley fact.
Yes.
So last week we had some thunder made with a shoebox
Yep.
and rocks.
Yes.
This week,
I am Korg. I'm a rock.
I think you made that joke last week.
Did I?
I think so.
Oh.
Gotta be original, man.
Hi, I'm Taika Waititi.
Is that from that?
No, it's Taika Waititi.
Oh, right.
He directed.
Isn't that
he
who
directed
does
Thor
Korg?
Ragnarok.
Which is
He's also
which is
Korg.
Korg.
He's also Korg. But I'm doing. This is not Korg anymore. This
Korg,
is a
it's
Taika Waititi
Okay,
impression.
It's different.
Yeah, it's different.
Okay, cool.
Same voice, different person, man. Hi, I'm Taika Waititi.
All right, that's enough.
I'm from New Zealand.
So
I played Hitler.
we had Thunder last week,
Yeah.
and you asked me to keep making a soundscape or a little Atmos, with this. I feel like I'm on the news where they have like 57 microphones.
Yeah.
Um,
Yes. You are an Atmos.
Yes. So we're slowly building it up. This week we got some rain.
Yes.
I'm gonna play the rain raw, and then I'm gonna tell you how I did it. So, that kind of sounds like fire.
Is that bacon?
That's bacon.
Bacon.
That was my breakfast.
This morning.
Yeah. That was the 3 pieces of bacon I had. You can hear you can hear
I
it
can hear the
land
pot.
on the pan. That's the first bit of bacon. This is the second bit. And you can't hear the third bit, but
That's cool.
so
Right, hit me with that process.
that was bacon. I don't have a processed of rain by itself,
Yeah, that's
but
fine.
I have rain and thunder together. So let's have a quick listen.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
That'll sound a lot better for
post.
for people who are listening just on our crummy little speakers. It won't sound very good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's
So,
really cool. I like that.
all that is bacon and rocks.
Huh. And what are we adding next week?
You said you wanted to do something with a car.
Yeah.
I thought about this last night. I was like, maybe we could make a full like scene with just with I don't know,
Just Foley and
sound.
ADR and stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh. We could totally
So
do that.
you wanted to make it sound like it's someone's in a car.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we could have someone like hitting the car the week after, and someone like talking from outside the car
Yeah, I like that.
and talking inside the car, and you
That's
can hear the
cool.
difference.
That's really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Let's,
cool.
Let's
We're
try
doing
that. So next week will be
I'm imagining it as like a night scene.
okay. Cool. Next week will be inside. I might flick between inside and outside the
All
car.
right, cool. All right, sweet.
Awesome.
Let's wrap it up there. It's a bit of a shorter one, but my brain's a bit mush.
Yeah.
That's fine. And I got to stay a little bit fresh for the Patreon show.
That's
Because
right.
I also love them very much. So yeah, thank you so much for listening or watching this episode of the Froe Show. We hope to see you again next week. Check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/the Froe Show. Heaps and heaps of stuff over there. Very good. There will be a Soundcheck Shenanigans going up at some point in the next week or so, I hope.
Probably before this episode's up.
Oh, okay, cool. So it will already be up. That'll be fun. That's always fun to listen to.
Yeah.
So check that out. Patreon.com/the Froe Show. Get amongst those little baby tiers, or those big boy tiers if you're into that sort of thing. And check us out on social media at the Froe Show on everything.
Yes.
We might have rebranded by then. Who knows? But currently it's at
Well,
the Froe Show on everything.
If it's not, so if we rebrand it, it'll be at Froe Media.
Yeah.
So
So you look. Either way,
Look
if
for-
that doesn't show up, that means I'll have to redo all the banners as well.
yeah.
Oh well, that's fine. But yeah, cool. Check it out. Thanks. Joe, you got anything you want to finish on?
No. See you next week.
All right, cool. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.